Along with the introduction of Ramattra came some fantastic skins for us to look at and put into this tier list that I've made here, consisting of these 4 categories that I'm hoping should cover the span of these skins. The first skin, if you even want to count it, is going to be the classic skin, or the Overwatch 2 skin as it's actually called. I'm very fond of Ramattra's base design. I think he is a fantastically designed character in both his Omnic and Nemesis forms. He fits very well with the Null Sector theme and with the other Overwatch characters. However, I feel that putting him in the otherworldly tier is too generous for the base skin of any character, so I'm going to put this one in the pleasant tier. Now we're going to work backwards because for some reason the common skins are now at the bottom, so the Wisdom Skin. A basic reskin of the classic skin, which I personally don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people seem to have an issue with them, calling them lazy reskins or whatever, but that's exactly what they're supposed to be. They're the lowest rarity skin. Why expect them to have anything other than that? However, as far as reskins go, this one is pretty bad. If it were just for this Omnic mode, I'd put it in the just above dung tier. But when we go over to the Nemesis form, it just gets worse. The green just really does not go with the skin, and so this one goes straight down to the dung tier. The second common skin is Reverence, a yellow recoloration which I think is a lot more pleasant than the green one. However, that is not much to beat. The Omnic skin I think looks quite cool, however in the Nemesis form, it's just a bit too yellow for my liking. But I wouldn't shit on anyone for using it, so it belongs in just above dung on this tier list. The common skins just slowly get better for me. The Discipline skin is the yellow one, but just better in my opinion. It's everything the yellow one could have been with a slightly less garish colour palette, and I think with the addition of the more grey parts replacing some of the black, it's a genuinely nice skin. Unlike the Reverence skin, I think the Nemesis form of this one is definitely not too in your face. And in fact, I'd argue that the orange actually suits Ramattra quite well. So with this in mind, this skin gets easily put into the pleasant tier with the classic skin. And the final of the common skins is called Detachment. Let me tell you, when I found out this was a common skin, I was absolutely mind-boggled. This outmatches some of the higher rarity skins for me, and maybe I'm putting too much praise on it, but just look at it! The white is just so perfect for him and gives off a sort of bony feeling to it, sort of as if he's like the Grim Reaper or something. I don't know, this is probably one of my favourite skins from Ramattra, and gets the otherworldly tier. I don't care what you think. Moving swimmingly onto the second rarity, we've got Primordial. This came with all of the other Greek mythology skins, and so I would assume that it's based off Midas. The gold staff would make me believe so, which means you don't actually have to buy the gold gun for him if you'd rather not. Just use this skin. This was the first skin shown for Ramattra, I believe, in the teaser trailers, and I was very excited to see what they are going to do with him after seeing this one. It's a very nice looking skin, the colours go really well together, which holds true in the Nemesis form too, with a lot more of this stony texture on display on the exterior. Very, very cool. It goes in the motherfrickin' green one. The second of the 2 epic skins is this monstrosity, Construction. Let's start with what's good about this skin. Alright, well I mean, like I said, the orange was cool on the other skin, so I guess it's cool on this one too. And what exactly is so bad about the skin? Well, you know, the fact that he's covered in construction tape, the denim work shorts, the chrome cockplate, the lack of safety boots, the aged metal bodywork. Is this an Omnic or a 2001 Toyota Prius? Dung tier. Let's move on to our final rarity, the legendary skins. A little disappointing that Ramattra wasn't the pick for the mythical skin, however the Poseidon skin definitely does look like it could be one. Also part of the mythology collection, this skin is absolutely astonishing to look at, and it's only more impressive in the Nemesis form, with the tentacles that come over the shoulder and all the parts that open up in this form. This skin is absolutely otherworldly. Our last 2 skins are the same skin but with 2 different colour variations, which does actually make a big difference, the first being the Wandering Monk. The actual skin design of these 2 are phenomenal. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and especially when you see this skin on a map like Nepal or Shambhala, it just looks so very fitting. The colouring of this one is really cool too. Fond of the warm palette of this one. The only thing that's letting it down for me is the staff. It looks quite, I guess, underwhelming, and I guess I don't like the red with the brown. And it makes a pretty big difference in first person, so this one, for that reason, is in the pleasant tier. And finally, we have the Travelling Monk. The same skin, of course, with a different colouring, which I'd argue is just as cool as the previous one, if not just slightly better. The Nemesis form is also cooler in this colour. For me, the copper colouring really adds a lot in comparison to the golds and browns of the Wandering skin, which also fixes the issue of the ugly-ass staff. The blacks with that copper colour are very appealing, with the blue trim in place of the red just to top it all off, is going to leave this one shining at the top with the Poseidon and Detachment skins. I'm sure you probably don't agree with every single decision I've made here, but maybe you do. I mean, maybe we're just, maybe you and I are meant to be. Let me know in the comments below what you would have changed with my tier list, and I'll be seeing you cats and dogs and pigs in the next one.